Wrestling has more than one royal family. Acknowledge me. And we
What is up, guys? It's Brother Pyro here for another episode of Wrestling Crossroads, and teaming with me today is our lovely Hex. I hope everybody had a good weekend and enjoyed the first ever two-night SummerSlam. We are here to recap it. Let's start with night one. Kicking off the show, Jay and Roman teaming up against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
What a match.
It was a really good match, actually. It was better than I anticipated, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah. I was a little worried.
Well, because, dude, the action got started right out the gate. Roman and Jay kind of took over pretty early. I love the...
Yes.
We're gonna...
And then
and he's looking at Roman just like, so we gonna run this back?
The tribal chief endorsement.
The tribal chief endorsement, and then Roman got into it, and...
It was great.
Mid-match, just everybody. Yeet, 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 yeet.
It was great.
Until Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker had to mess that up by pulling Roman out the ring.
Yeah, well, we knew it had to happen.
You're right. Like I said, good tag match. Both teams really working in great cohesion.
Mm-hmm. Although we weren't really worried about it necessarily.
Well, given the fact that, Roman's kind of done his own thing for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of piggybacked off of others doing the work for him. I was still just a little nervous there.
I think after they already kind of ran it back, like old bloodline, I was pretty confident that this was gonna be okay. So,
okay, that's fair.
They already kind of tested the waters. They had their little family issue there with egos, and then they kind of smoothed
it over. But no, let's just talk right into our closing moments, everybody. It's a brawl. Roman taking that sacrificial bullet for Jay. Knowing Jay's the legal competitor, Breaker's the legal competitor. Roman pushing Jay out the way shows how much Roman has grown as a competitor and maybe now as like a family man. Because this isn't, Roman a year or two ago where I'm the one in charge, you're going to do for me.
Yep, everyone else was moving Roman out the way. And
now he's like...
turned, and he's doing things for others, too.
And that did allow the bloodline to pick up the 1, 2, 3, and get the win to start night one's actions.
It was a nice kickoff to night one.
Yeah, it was.
At least it didn't fall flat. So
that part. That part right there.
For sure.
All right, go ahead and take us into match number 2.
All right. So match number 2 was for the women's tag titles. Judgment Day's Roxanne, Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez versus the team of We're Not Friends, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Still picking on each other. Still awesome.
Remember, they're not friends, though.
Nope.
They're allies of convenience.
But she sure let it slip during the post-show now, didn't
she? They definitely did.
I saw little clips of that and I laughed so hard.
Oh my god, dude.
She said it.
Dude, that was great.
It was pretty great.
Oh.
But both teams, they really showed out. They showed each other's strengths. They showed each other's weaknesses. We got some miscommunications, between, Charlotte and Alexa.
I don't think there was really much of a miscommunication. That was just Roxanne playing really good defense.
Yeah.
Pulling her partner out of harm's way.
For sure. had a failed Sister Abigail attempt was countered by
Yeah.
Miss Perez, if I remember correctly. It's hard to remember night 1 after watching night 2.
I mean, I feel like that's fair. Night 2 was definitely...
Especially with all those intense matches in night 2. Oh my gosh. So,
I feel like you could have... I feel like you could have mixed in a few here and a few, like... Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like a few matches from night 1 could have went to night 2, and night 2 could have went to night 1. Maybe balance out the shows a little bit.
Yeah, that definitely would have been nice. It definitely would have been nice. All right, but either way, between an accidental kick to the dome of who was the accidental kick to? Flair.
Flair kicked Alexa.
Okay, so Flair accidentally laid out Alexa. I thought it was the other way around though.
It might have. Nope. I think you're right. Yeah.
And the complete look of utter shock on her face.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that.
It seems every time something like that happens, she's more worried about Charlotte Flair being mad at her.
I mean, I feel like that's fair.
Fair. It's the queen. She has a temper.
She does, and you're trying not to get on her bad side, especially when you're trying to win some gold.
For sure. I agree. So in the closing moments of this, I don't necessarily. Do you remember how the closing match of this went?
Closing moments, we were able to get. Roxanne is set up in the Sister Abigail. Charlotte gets herself back into the ring. Is able to big boot Raquel out the ring. Run interference, play defense. They set up that Sister Abigail DDT. Still a really beautiful move. Mm-hmm. And pin 1, 2, 3, your new women's tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I was really hoping for an homage moment in there, the Sister Abigail, and as they go for the pin, the point out to the spear. I think I've showed you this. A few years back, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns teamed. Had a tag team match. I think it was on like a random episode of Raw. Bray hit the Sister Abigail. He went for the cover, and I want to say they were taking on the Bar, which was Cesaro and Sheamus. They, as Cesaro went to go break up the pin, Bray just points, and like a bullet coming out of a gun, here comes Roman with the spear to prevent the breakup. It's probably one of the most beautiful moments I've ever seen. I really, really wanted that moment. That's what I thought was going to happen when I saw Charlotte get back in the ring last night. Or on night 1. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of disappointed it didn't happen. I needed that moment recreated.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
But alright, going into match number 3, Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Not a lot really here. Not really anything here. This match was kind of disappointing. And by kind of, I mean extremely disappointing.
It was way too quick.
It was. You really didn't give us much of anything.
No.
Like, obviously, the steel pipe came into play because we all knew it was. Scarlett tried to get Sami to use it. It just didn't work. Mm-hmm. Sami said no. Was able to hit the haluva kick shortly after and pick up the win.
Yeah.
But it looks like Monday we're going to have Kross admitting, he was wrong. Because that was the agreed upon stipulation. Mm-hmm. That was the agreed upon moment.
There was that nod from Karrion Kross in the middle of the ring when Sami Zayn did turn back.
Yeah. I think that was the I knew. Mm-hmm. But, again, there really wasn't much of anything to this match.
No. Alright, so the next match we had was for the WWE Women's title, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. I was rather unimpressed in this match.
A slightly above average match, if you ask me. Slightly above average.
Either way, we had some good points. You know, we got to see a lot of the strength from Jade Cargill. We got to see some moonsault action. We got to see why Tiffy is who she is as a women's, champion.
I was talking to Twisted too about it. Mid match mid match. We were talking, and I was just like, dude, the match is pretty underwhelming, and I think it's just because they don't have the chemistry in ring together yet. Yeah. Like, obviously it takes a while to, whether you're a tag team or whether you're going against each other, you gotta have some kind of chemistry in that ring. And unfortunately, Tiffy and Jade just don't have the level of chemistry to make it work right now. I would love to see them build back up to it. Mm-hmm. Maybe do better next time around, but it definitely looked choppy. It looked blocky. Wasn't exactly my favorite match.
Yeah, it was. I expected more because Tiffy had been doing so well in every match. I was rather, impressed every time. She made me like her. I did not like her, and she made me like her. It was the wrestling. It has less to do with when she opens her mouth.
All right, I feel like that's right. I feel like that is very fair.
But picking up the win and retaining was Tiffany Stratton.
The company still runs on TIFFY Time. All right, and now a match we were all excited for. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul taking on Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
It was beautiful.
It was actually a really good match. Jelly was really overzealous at first, thinking, I can take care of this by myself. Him and Logan Paul were going at it to start this match. And then Drew tagged in. And Randy's like, come on, man, tag me in. Jelly's like, no, I got this. So Randy, being who he is, starts hyping him up. Jelly quickly realized, maybe this was a mistake. Because Jelly was definitely getting a beat down. But again, both teams really having smooth teamwork. They're able to feed off of each other. They showed really great chemistry, really great wherewithal, and knowing how to be a good tag team partner. And for this being Jelly Roll's in-ring debut, I was rather impressed. He held his own in there.
He did. Even when he was getting escorted out, he was like, no, I'm in this thing.
No,
not about to leave Randy Orton.
No, he wasn't going to leave Randy high and dry. And I love that. Yeah, let's talk about the moment that got him carted off. Logan Paul with probably one of the... I hate to admit it because it's Logan Paul.
We all hate to admit it. It's fine.
But Logan Paul has got such a pretty frog splash.
He does.
And that frog splash onto Jelly through the announce table was...
smacking the primes.
Oh, my God. Dupuda. I was like, wait, is he really trying to be Stone Cold with crime bottles right now?
He sure was.
And then Jelly's wife talking smack from the sideline. Oh my God, Bunny, we love you. We love you so much.
Someone's her debut match.
Oh my God. You said that. You really asked when I heard it. Okay. Okay, Hex. But no, I love Bunny. She was just as invested as the rest of us fans. I mean, granted, primarily because it was her husband, but she was still super invested. talking smack, talk about how she gonna put someone out permanently if they keep trying to beat on her husband.
We love the sass.
Oh, we love Bunny. We love Bunny. But yeah, no, like I said, Jelly Roll, one tough son of a gun, man.
He is.
He really, like, he got in there. He wasn't letting up for nobody. Jelly, I would like to see you again. I really would.
I'm sure we will. All right.
But going into the closing moments, unfortunately, after hitting, again, another frog splash, Logan Paul was able to pin Jelly for the 3 count, giving Drew and Logan the win for the night.
Still pales in comparison to the amount of tables Logan Paul has gone through a la Jelly Roll.
You're not wrong, because
you, boss, you got a 1, 2, 3. You still got 1, 2, 3 several tables before this.
That's fair, but like that doesn't matter if you're not
I know.
leading to that win.
It matters to me, and that's all that matters.
All right, I feel like that's fair. All right.
All right. Our main event
of
for
night 1
for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Ring General Gunther versus CM Punk. A vicious match. So, it seemed the beginning was pretty Gunther heavy.
It was.
Gunther had the upper hand for the beginning of it, trying to show, Punk that it's like, he can't do this. There's no way. You're not going to beat me. I'm the ring general, and you're just in this crusty, washed-up wrestler. So it is exactly what Gunther thinks of him. It's what I see in his eyes when he looks at him.
It really is. It really is.
He went in underestimating Punk.
Alright, if you're gonna go into a match, first off, you never want to underestimate your opponent. Especially if that opponent is CM Punk. He's been known to get it done when he shouldn't.
We had back and forth sharpshooters.
There's a sharpshooter. There was the transition to the figure 4.
There was a lot of back and forth submissions. And eventually, things went ringside. They went out to, the tables, the announce desk, and we see Gunther get laid out all the way through to the announce desk. And the next time we see Gunther scurrying out from underneath that desk, he's bloody.
He's wearing the
after getting that leg pulled out under him. And we see him emerge bloody, which everyone was taken aback. You just hear the audience go, like,
Gunther?
You never see Gunther bleed like that.
That's what I'm saying. Gunther bleeding.
He's a man? What?
That's not normal.
And I would say that was the beginning of his downfall. So he's not used to it. He's not used to the blood in his eyes. He's been blood-free from his face for how long now?
That's a very valid point.
He forgets the feeling of blood.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Maybe he needed this to remind him he's human.
Remind you that you're mortal, you are not a god.
Yeah. But Punk definitely used that to capitalize, and delivering 2 good sleeps to capitalize and take the title off Gunther. It was a beautiful moment to watch him be so happy in that ring until it was shattered.
I was going to say it was a great moment until it wasn't.
Until we got Seth Rollins music.
I was going to...
And out on crutches and in a knee brace comes Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman holding the
And you see... And Rollins is just mouthing, enjoy that while you can. Hold on to that while you can.
Turns around and just drops his crutches. And the crowd pops.
Removes that knee brace.
I guess while you can meant the next couple seconds. Because
he
removes that brace. turns around much to the dismay of CM Punk and rips off his jacket, grabs that briefcase, and books it.
Gets into the ring, assaults him a bit before officially announcing he's going to cash in. Once he cashed in, all he needed was the stomp. 2, 3, your new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
He stated he was never going to let him as
He
long as he was around.
He wasn't letting Punk hold the gold. And my thing is, Cesario and I called it. We all wanted Punk this match, but we all said it. Rollins' injury hasn't been touched on enough for this to be legit.
He brought that little fact back to light that I was like, oh, he's right.
I love Becky in all of this, though.
I did see that when she was watching him cash. I was laughing.
Were my tweets misleading?
Were my tweets misleading? I was laughing.
Were my posts misleading? I was like, Becky, no, I love you, but no.
Let's talk about the tweet coming from Rhea Ripley after.
Oh my God.
She was not happy.
She really said, nobody talk to me. Give it back to him.
Watch her take it out on Becky.
Oh, yeah. No, there were so many fans. I was scrolling through TikTok, and there was somebody with AJ Lee's theme music as a sound. Talking about, AJ, go cost Becky her IC title. Lace up the chucks and go cost Becky her IC title since her husband wanted to cost your husband his championship. Oh, my God. I would have cried. But... man, Rollins is really, they weren't kidding when they called him the architect.
Sneaky.
Because that man has pulled off the shock of the century, the heist of the century, the twist of the century, and the ruse of the century. 2 of those happening within the same year.
It's wild.
Oh, my God.
It was great.
It was, but at the same time...
great and heartbreaking at the same time.
I was going to say, we're going to get this back.
So many different emotions.
We're going to get this back, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That is not over in the slightest.
It's not. I'm excited. But, alright, that recaps night 1, and now we go into night 2. Naomi defends against Io Sky and Rhea Bloody Ripley. That women's world title on the line. We definitely got some fun out of this one. I enjoyed this match a lot. Rhea and Io with the early team up to try to take out Naomi. Naomi wasn't having none of it, though. She was able to... Oh, yeah, no, she was but she, even with them both coming at her and not really focusing on each other, which I thought was going to happen, they were really coming back at it. She was really coming back at it. Like, what's up?
I mean, I'm sure if they were thinking about it, if they kept each other ripe, then Naomi couldn't get it.
Exactly.
They kept forgetting about each other.
It's not that they kept forgetting about each other. I think it was take out Naomi, turn this into a one-on-one match that we wanted.
You need to take her out a lot harder than you did if you wanted that.
Right. Yeah, you needed to do just a lot more work.
You know who her husband is? Come on now.
Big Jim, man. Big Jim.
This was a great opening.
Oh, yeah. This was a really good way to get the match started. Everybody was feeling it. We were invested from the minute they made their entrances. I love that Naomi was accompanied to, or was played out by her father.
That was so
her
cool.
entrance was actually kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I was like, wait, that's her dad. That's so cool.
Right?
How cool of it to be like her father and be able to play her into her match.
No,
that must have been one of his proudest moments there.
Oh, absolutely. And if it wasn't, you're wrong.
You're wrong. You're dead wrong.
But no, like I said, I loved it. These three women really showed. You could tell it was a little choppy at first, because it was a little slow to start. They had to get used to each other's bearings, but once they figured it out and got that ball rolling, I don't think this match had a step that missed.
No.
Not even a little.
No. But I don't think we expected anything to go.
No, these three women are so talented.
They're way too talented, man.
So I didn't really expect there to be a lot of missteps or bad critique on the match.
Yeah, no.
It was wonderful.
Too many fantastic wrestlers all the time.
Exactly my point. Inevitably, though, as everybody's going at it, you did kind of forget about Naomi for like a second there at the end.
It's hard not to pay attention to Rhea and IYO, whether they're wrestling or whether they're just being hilarious together.
Oh my god.
They're
Okay.
just great.
Speaking of hilarity moments, we're gonna touch on it after we get through the rest of this match. Because Naomi was able to save her championship quite a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, you thought Rhea hitting the riptide, Naomi coming in for the save. Because obviously, it's not that I didn't want you to get pinned. I just don't want to lose my championship. Is what that boiled down to. It's really what that boiled down to. Mm-hmm. And she did play Captain Save a Champ. Save a title quite a lot. Inevitably, though, going into the closing moments, we were able to see, again, Naomi just being smart. Yeah. And taking advantage of certain situations. Able to pick up that 3 count, retain her title, walk home, or walk out of Jersey still Women's World Champion. Monday Night Raw is going to be very interesting. And then, so I saw this on socials. I'm scrolling through socials last night. Rhea, IYO, please never change. Because I don't know if you saw it. But Rhea is like fireman carrying IYO to the back. And they're just high-fiving the crowd as they go.
I saw that.
I'm like, please never change.
They are so funny. Oh my gosh. I mean, coming in NXT together, they're...
Oh yeah, no, they've been around.
They kind of formed their own little family.
I mean, I feel like on the road though, you have to. Mm-hmm. You don't get to see your family a lot. You're on the road like
you got your
38 weeks out of the year,
got your
if
home
not
family
more,
and your work family. Exactly.
So I feel like at some point you got to build some kind of camaraderie with the guys and gals you're on the road with.
For sure.
All right, so bring us into match 2, the match that I was most excited for.
Yes, and you were right to be for the WWE Tag Titles, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs.
I want to point out that this match takes place 25 years after the first one. 25th anniversary of TLC, and we get a TLC match. Dudleys and the Hardys in the crowd. They touch on the fact that in October at Bound for Glory, Hardys, Dudleys one more time. Lord, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, dude.
All right. We had the Wyatt Sicks versus the Street Profits versus DIY versus Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. This match did not disappoint from start to mother fluffing finish.
Dude, all 6 of these teams somehow managed to give us the most controlled but uncontrolled level of chaos right out the bat.
I wasn't sure there were going to be any tables left by the time this was all done.
I wasn't sure anybody was still going to be standing at the end of this. Well, think about it. Your first instinct was to jump Gacy and Loomis. That's how we started the match.
Of course, take out the champs.
None
of them wanted the Wyatt Sicks to have it to begin with.
take out the biggest threats.
The biggest threats, right? For sure.
But no, and then oh my God, it was real quick. Axiom and Frazier, once they realized, one, with how quick they are, and two, how everybody was taken out. First ones to grab the ladders. I love that Wade Barrett said that they really should be called the Blur because of how quickly they move.
I'm not arguing with that. I also agree. They should just be called the Blur. They are really, you blink and they're all of a sudden somewhere else. And you're like, how'd you get there?
No, and they really made that point with, after they grabbed the ladder, they're going back and forth with, I want to say it was the Prophets. And as soon as, the briefest second, Frazier's already, halfway up the ladder. Like, sir, you were just punching, Montez Ford in the face. When did you climb the ladder? Type thing.
We should talk about when DIY tried to send Montez Ford into a table and he cleared it and instead took out everybody in the corner.
Oh my God, yes! They really said, he said, I know. I'm going to just go ahead and jump. And there went a good chunk of the competitors right there. Montez Ford is, deceptively athletic. Because, I can see him being, if you're not familiar with Montez, you could see him, maybe being this, brawler kind of guy, maybe a groundwork kind of guy, and then you see him, start to really move around, and you're just sir, I'm not sure how to feel about the fact that you're able to just move like this. Dox is also a deceptively athletic guy. For as big as he is. I like the 4 table spots, though.
Mm-hmm. Specifically for that part, the Spanish fly from the top rope.
Because you had... Oh, is it?
Axiom and Angelo Dawkins up there.
Yeah. But no, I'm trying to think of the order on how things went.
Oh, man.
Because I believe they put Gacy through a table first.
That sounds right.
Then Loomis went through a table with, I want to say it was Johnny. Followed by Frazier putting one of the guns through a table. And then you had Ciampa on a table. Dawkins looks like he's about to, hit a big splash. Axiom meets him at the top rope and then hits that Spanish fly through the table.
My goodness.
I was really hoping Ciampa still would have been there. Mm-hmm. But I was like, holy crap. That was awesome. Just ding, 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 ding. Tables getting broken everywhere. As well as bodies, because ain't nobody standing upright after that one. Mm-hmm. Everybody's hurting today. I know it.
And then shortly later, who do we see swoop into that ring, turning it into a ladies' match as well?
Here comes Candice. Then comes B-Fab. Now Nikki Cross is involved.
Oh, they turned into ladies' night.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if Wade or Michael said that.
I think Wade said it too. Apparently it became a ladies' TLC match.
Wade Barrett he was cracking me up.
Wade.
Nights. Oh my gosh.
Nah, one of my favorite commentary moments is they're talking about all the, they're talking about Seagrams, and then they're talking about Mike's Heart or her Lemonade, and they're talking about how, we're really promoting this, and we're doing a lot of work. Why do we not we have water, but right now we need some booze. Between both nights, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett just trying to, hey, bring us the booze to the commentary table. Sir, y'all got jobs to do. And Michael Cole, you already said it. Once you start drinking and you get drunk, you're not exactly the most functioning human being.
Why does that sound like it'd be the funniest thing to witness?
Oh my god, no. So Cardi B was the host. Mm-hmm. And they were talking, and Wade was talking about how, yeah, I want to hear, all these rappers, you say, oh, you're a guy, you're a real big rap fan. I want to hear you bust out some Cardi B lyrics. He was like, Michael Cole's response, that'll be later at the bar. When I'm drunk. But yeah, no, we got women's TLC. Briefly, Candice is able to, like, recover after B-Fab and everybody else. She starts to climb. Montez is, Ciampa is fighting everybody off. Gargano's at the top of the ladder. Candice is at the top of a ladder. Like, they're both trying to win this for DIY. Mm-hmm. Montez is able to, like, after Ciampa fights off everybody, Montez is able to catch the upper hand, kick Ciampa back into the ladder, tipping Johnny's ladder into Candice's ladder, and Candice goes clean through a setup ladder.
I thought Gargano was holding the ladder when that happened, and then Montez got
that's what it was.
Into him.
Ciampa got knocked into Gargano, leading Gargano to tip said ladder that Candice was. And dude, his face at the end, just pure shock. Like
oh my gosh, I just put my wife through the ladder.
No, Tez's face is what killed me, though.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Anytime anything crazy happens, we should just immediately pan to Montez.
I swear to God, because his facial expressions are so good.
Every time.
Oh, he does not disappoint. But, like, his face, you could tell there was a genuine look, like, it was a look of concern, but also, my bad. My bad, y'all. Anyway, continue the match.
Alrighty, so after the unfortunate Candice LeRae incident, Eric Rowan, he gets involved.
Wade Barrett's commentary talking about Eric Rowan is about the size of two of these teams if they were to just morph into one being.
I was shouting at the TV at Wade Barrett getting upset about Eric Rowan. I was like, you didn't say anything about the girls!
No, they definitely made comments and like, bro, why are they getting involved? But at the same time.
I'd be saying that if Eric Rowan was Erica Rowan.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. Alright, so Eric Rowan got back involved with the Street Profits. And then
how that man like took a chair beat down, and then got up like he didn't just get brutalized with a bunch of steel chairs.
Yep.
What?
But shortly after Eric Rowan gets taken out, whose dread-headed moppy face mask butt pops up in the middle of that ring? Uncle Howdy, stirring the pot a little bit. Stirring the little pot a little bit. Ends up at the top of that ladder with DIY. Getting, what was that move he does?
He hit them with the mandible claw.
Mandible claw. Hits him with the mandible claw at the top of that ladder. Like, you're not getting this. Not over my dead body. Eventually, he, pops off. And then, I think it was Andrade who goes up there next.
I want to say so. I want to say it was Andrade.
No, it was Fenix. Fenix went up there. He gets the mandible claw. And then gets saved by Andrade.
There we go.
Well, that didn't work out so well for him because then Andrade got the drop on him, of course, and Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy returned. They cleared things out.
One of my favorite moments in this match. Earlier, before we get into these closing moments. Mm-hmm. So, Ciampa's got the titles. And they moved the ladder. I think the Guns then moved the ladder into the corner. Frazier gets into the corner, gets onto the ladder. You can tell they're about to recreate the Edge and Jeff Hardy incident from 25 years ago. If you don't remember that moment, Hardy's hanging from the titles. Edge ladder spears him right off the belts. I'm thinking we're going to recreate that moment. And this just goes to show the core strength that Tommaso Ciampa has.
Impressive, man.
Him able to, like, swing his legs and flip so that way there is no actual way to, like, hold himself upside down.
My jaw literally dropped when you did that. I was like, are you kidding?
And Fraser eats the canvas.
Poor Fraser.
For Johnny to then move the ladder back so Ciampa can be back upright instead of upside down like a bat.
Hanging from the top. All right. Well, I don't remember. Was it Loomis or
Gacy climbed the ladder.
Gacy. So then Gacy climbs the ladder to retain the tag team titles as the crowd is booing.
I don't think any of us really picked the Wyatts to win that match.
Actually, 2 of us did.
Oh.
On my side.
Ooh.
Me and I believe Ridicos.
Okay.
And then Cauldron chose Andrade and Phoenix.
Okay.
It was me and Ridicos that chose.
It makes sense.
Wyatt Sicks.
But alright, Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Becky wins. Lyra can no longer challenge for the title as long as Becky has the title.
Man, this match.
What you got to say about it, Hex?
My brain immediately went to the end of the match. So let's just go through the match first.
Let's go through the match. First off, crowd participation really wasn't there. I think we're just over this feud.
The crowd agrees with us.
The match itself wasn't actually bad.
No,
I'm going to say that.
The match is really good.
But I think we're just tired of this feud at this point.
Yeah.
It did get pretty violent pretty quickly.
Sure did.
Going through this match, Becky was able to endure a lot of Lyra's emotional state pretty early. We got the introduction of a few kendo sticks. Becky probably has got to be one of the smartest women on the roster.
She had an upper hand through most of it.
She did. And for good reason. She's not the man for no reason.
As her intro said, Becky Lynch being held down by the man. She ain't Becky Lynch no more. She's the man.
She is.
Becky Lynch is being held down by the man.
Exactly. I will say I do love the new entrance, though.
I do, too. I was like, ooh, new entrance.
Me and Twisted were watching. We're like, I don't know when this happened, but I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either. Well, I missed the, yes.
Yep. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. We were definitely
talking about that. But it doesn't fit what she's doing right now.
Exactly.
So.
But the introduction of that toolbox, able to, like, get her... able to attack Lyra's ribs with it, and then zip-tied her hands together.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, you pretty impressive, like, how Lyra was able to operate with no hands for a little while. Especially that moonsault. Cause
she had to figure it out.
How do you get proper rotation on a moonsault without being able to properly use your hands to get yourself over?
First off, I couldn't even do a moonsault. I'd be too scared.
I feel like, you know what? I don't blame you. Because same girly girl. Same. But going in, we're talking, we're doing this, zip ties. Eventually, Lyra's able to break free.
Not before getting hung up on the ring post and getting battered with a candle.
Oh my gosh, she used her like a piñata.
Lyra needed some time to figure out how she was going to get out of this.
Oh yeah, she definitely did.
Yeah.
One thing we noticed is after she was zip tied, after her hands got zip tied, the belly to belly. If you watch that segment, Lyra's hand actually pops out of the zip tie.
Yep, I noticed the camera
as she
goes
put
away.
It
She
back
put
in.
it back in. We're like. I know me and Cauldron were looking at each other.
I was like, at that...
There was no other hand in there at that moment.
Right. We were like, it was there at first, and then she hit it. I looked at Twisted, and I was like, at that point, I would have just...
rolled with it.
I would have just taken my free hand, removed the zip tie from the other one, and then got back to action. I'm just saying.
But I get it for the sake of keeping things how they were supposed to.
I will say another really fun moment. It was Lyra hiding under the ring.
Pretty great.
But going into our closing moments, Becky tried to use this chain on the outside on Lyra. Becky tries to go use it, and she's taking forever, and we're like, all right, something's gonna happen.
It was like when the table was over, or the chair was over.
Yeah.
She had a crowbar.
That's what it was.
The crowbar.
So we're like, okay, something's gonna happen. She's taking a while to really get this set up. And what happened? Here comes Bayley. Bayley is like, all right, cool.
What the hell are you doing?
Takes the crowbar from Becky. They manage to get back in the ring. Bayley's kind of just out there at this point. Becky's trying to get Bayley to attack Lyra, almost trying to instigate another issue.
Saying it's Lyra's fault that she's in the spot she's in.
Right. Bayley goes to swing on Becky with the chain wrapped around her hand. Doesn't get Becky, hits Lyra instead.
The shock on Bayley's face.
Obviously it wasn't intentional.
I don't think Lyra will see it that way.
Oh no, Lyra definitely won't see it that way.
Because, yeah.
But with that accidental assist, Becky's able to take advantage, pick up the 3 count, retain her title. Lyra no longer gets a chance at the women's IC title as long as the man is holding it.
And they're gonna reignite the Bayley-Lyra feud.
That's the match we wanted to be. We wanted Bayley Becky to begin with. So
they're clearly doing a Bayley-Lyra thing, so.
Yeah. Yeah. But alright, go ahead and bring us into the next one, Miss Hex.
Alright, the next match for the U.S. title in a steel cage. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. We know how I feel about this match. I felt it was
lackluster for a cage match, especially given...
We had so many stipulation matches in night 2, and this one should not have been the most boring. And it was.
No, honestly, given the 2 men that were in this match, I expected a lot more than what we got.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. And we all know they can go to those places. They've done it. But it was just them for a little bit. But once Fatu was getting too much of the upper hand, out comes Tongaloa, JC Mateo, and
Tala Tonga. The MFT.
The MFTs. The rest of the MFTs come out and try to, help Solo out. Fatu goes to try to fight them all off.
Jimmy Uso does try to run interference.
I applaud his effort, but when I heard his music hit, I was like, you better not come alone, you're gonna need help. He comes along.
Could have at least brought a chair with you, man.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I was like, why didn't you have
a chair,
weapon with
a crowbar, a steel pipe, something.
So, although he was able to help a little bit, eventually the numbers took it over, and he got thrown over a table.
It wasn't even the numbers. It was Tala Tonga's big
7-foot butt.
Yeah, that guy. Freaking tree.
He is a giant oak tree of a man.
He is.
And so, eventually, they start scaling. And Fatu tries to counter best he can, but eventually, he gets handcuffed to the top of the cage. And we think it's all over. Solo is free and clear. He calls for that door to be opened, but much to his dismay, Fatu has broken the cuffs. And goes to try to drag him back. I believe the door gets slammed on him, right?
He goes to drag him back. He's able to see it with that time. Again, they're going at it again. Solo goes to escape through the door again. That's when the door gets smacked on Jacob's head.
Yep. And then Solo rolls out.
Is able to just fall out of the cage.
And is able to retain. And so Tala and Solo start, making their way towards the ramp, and Jimmy pops up, takes out...
I was like, sorry, you couldn't have popped up like 45 seconds sooner?
Takes out JC Mateo and puts him back into that cage and closes the door to an angry Jacob Fatu, who decides to get some of this anger out.
Oh, things are long from over with these guys.
Crawls up to the top of the cage and moonsaults onto Tangaloa and JC Mateo.
Oh, yeah, and Solo and Talo are definitely not in a rush to go help.
You would think, MFT is what it's trying to... There's two of you. One of you is big. You could easily take out Jimmy and go help your people, but no. You don't want to get your face hurt a little more.
That's fair.
He's acting like Roman Reigns.
Oh my
when
god.
When Roman Reigns was tribal chief. Everyone else do my bidding. I've got my enforcer here to make sure I stay safe. But the rest of y'all, you have fun. Better figure it out.
I feel like that's fair. Now going into probably what was one of my favorite non-stipulation matches.
I can agree with this one.
Styles and Dom, basically the giant love letter to Eddie Guerrero.
It was beautiful.
Think about it. Like, Styles comes out in Eddie-themed gear in the lowrider.
With his son, yep.
With his son. Like, this whole thing was just a giant love letter to Eddie. And a touchback on the custody of Dominic ladder match. 20 years ago.
Oh, man. I need to go back and watch that.
Oh, my God. You had him come out with his son, who was blonde. Baby Dom at the time was blonde.
He was a cute kiddo.
Styles comes out in Eddie gear. Dom's gear represented his father. From that time, it was a lot of fun. Going into it, you got to see a lot of similarity in their fight styles for the most part, but Dom really did hold his own against a true vet, the true vet that is AJ Styles.
It's been nice hearing Dominic get some crowd favor.
Oh my God! You're getting to watch him grow finally, and not in a bad way. Like, he is really starting to be.
I think he's still getting used to not being booed.
I think so, but I think the crowd is just appreciating the work that he's put in.
We've seen him grow throughout the Judgment Day. They really taught him some good stuff.
Oh yeah, he's a sponge.
Night and day difference there.
Yeah, no, he's a sponge when it comes to this business. He's willing to learn pretty much whatever, whenever, as long as you're learning and utilizing what you've learned to better your career, which he has done. Props to you.
It's been a privilege to see him grow as a competitor and as a wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him. I'm proud of how far he's come so far.
Oh yeah. But so one of my favorite moments, Dom undoes the turnbuckle.
Naughty.
And ref is watching him and is like, dude, what the hell are you doing? So while the ref is, trying to get the turnbuckle pad, out comes Dom, slides the steel chair in, smacks the canvas, throws it to Styles, lays down. Page out of Eddie's playbook. Through and through. Styles is realizing the ref is almost done with the turnbuckle. I'm going to put the chair around my neck. I'm going to drop to the floor real quick.
The leg twitch.
Oh my God, the extra leg twitch. He really...
tried to solve that thing.
He did.
Oh, that made me laugh so hard just watching his leg twitch.
I was like, dude, the level of commitment.
The
ref turns around, sees both guys are down, isn't sure what happened, how it happened, lets the match continue. Smart move.
Who are you going to put the blame on there?
Right. Like, Styles has been working the legs. He's hit a couple calf crushers at this point in the match. And he hits this last one, and Dom's boot comes off. So we're thinking, the boot broke, whatever. There's a moment where the ref ducks, so he doesn't get, caught in the crossfire of these guys. Dom is able to capitalize, use that boot, hit a frog splash, retain his title. I thoroughly enjoyed all of that. Just because, one, it wasn't your typical Dom Judgment Day match. Judgment Day didn't get involved. Dom really showed he can do it on his own, but also still was that underhanded heel. Mm-hmm. And again, this whole match to me was just a love letter to Eddie.
It was after the match that we found
out Dom's boot didn't break, he loosened it.
He was thinking smart, not harder.
Right, he worked hard. Or he worked smart, not hard. Let the boot break, which
is what Eddie did.
Oh, he was a master at it. He loosened that boot. Eddie's done that before, so another page out of Eddie's playbook. But loosened it, knowing he can bait Styles into that calf crusher, and that's where he was able to take advantage, so he could retain his title.
All right, leading into the main event, street fight for the WWE Championship. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. It was an intense match.
So I want to point out Cena definitely stuck to his word. He's back. We got the collars back. He was talking to the cameraman. He was having himself on time. He was having so much fun. Mm-hmm. It was the run down to the ring, the salute, the I'm going to throw my hat and my shirt to the crowd. And Cena came back to us and had a lot of fun.
It was nice seeing him have fun again instead of stone face.
Yeah.
But, this match got pretty intense, pretty fast. There was respect shown in the very beginning, and then let's go, and then immediately fists flying.
Oh, yeah, they definitely.
They weren't holding back from the start. There was that little bit of respect for one another, and then let's go. And then
oh, yeah, they definitely.
Out the gate. Fists were flying. It was a street fight, so I don't know how soon into it that we ended up grabbing the table. Was the table first, right?
I believe so.
After I thought there would be no more tables that weren't broken after that TLC match.
I mean, yeah.
So, can you,
So,
yeah.
As we're going, because again, things got real hot, real heavy, right out the gate. We got to the outside. What was it? I think Cody got thrown into the steel steps.
Yes.
Cody got thrown into... Okay. We pulled out some tables. We got some chairs. They took this street fight stipulation for advantage for everything that they could. They didn't waste any time.
No, they did not.
At one point, Cena goes to pick up the stairs. Actually, they're in the ring.
The bottom set of the stairs, too.
Yes.
The heaviest part.
Cena goes to throw Styles into the chair, or into the steps. Doesn't work. Rhodes is able to, kind of counteract, slam Cena against those steps. Cena's eventually able to send Rhodes into the outside. He picks up the stairs. There really is no good way to block it. He throws them at Cody. And we're like, well, sir, yeah, you're going to kind of have to eat that one. Wade Barrett even said it on commentary. There is really no good way to block stairs being thrown at you. You're just going to have to eat it. But as we're going, we got to see an early 5-knuckle shuffle. We got to see a few AA attempts. We get countered. We saw the Crossroads get counted a few times. And even when he was able to hit it, I don't know why. It's Super Cena, bro. Mm-hmm. Why did you think one was going to be enough to put him down? But as this match continues, it's actually just getting a lot more violent. At one point, I think it was Cody that unscrews the bottom
turnbuckle.
The bottom turnbuckle. So now he has part of the rope. And he, they're going at it. He goes to swing it. Cena's able to hit him with an AA. And uses the rope, the now unfound rope, to strap in an STF. That was, I like that a lot. Cody
was awesome.
Cody was definitely able to, get out of that. It was great counter. Where, we're building towards these closing moments. Cody hits Cena with a bulldog off the top through a table. That part, I'm thinking, that's where we're done. Cena's able to hit, and no, it wasn't. Cena's able to hit a few AAs, not get the job done. Cody then posts that bulldog, go at it for a few more, hits about 3 more crossroads to finally put the match away. Walk out of New Jersey, your new WWE champion.
Should we talk about when they ended up under the stage and then popped up through...
Oh my god! So, at one point in the match, we're, going through the outside. We're under the entrance stage, and there's that elevator shaft that Cody had used during his entrance. Cena is just carrying this man on his shoulders as they come up. We're like, what? Hits him with an AA on the entrance ramp.
When that happened.
Oh, dude, it was great. But he's able to hit him with an AA on the ramp. They make their way back to the ring. They're going at it. This is the biggest prize in the company. This is what I want. This is what I need. But we get the 1, the 2, the 3. Cody wins. They have their exchange at the end of show of respect. Cody leaves. Cena's kind of just taking in, this is my last SummerSlam. I'm taking in the crowd one more time.
Yep.
And then...
Just when you thought it was over.
Just when you thought it was over, much like night 1. I look at Twisted, bro, they're taking too long. Mm-hmm. They're taking way too long.
I know, I remember at the end of it, I had clicked the button to pause because I had to watch later, and I was like, I looked at Cauldron, and I was like, there's still 7 minutes left. I'm
like, dude, what is going on?
And we just stare at each other in silence for a few minutes, and then we hear the music.
And then you hear that music, that guitar riff.
And then I just
out comes Brock Lesnar, and all you hear is Twisted. That's one scary cowboy. Yeah, he's a very scary cowboy. Brock Lesnar, what are you doing here?
Well, we all saw the look on Cena's face.
Just,
he was not happy to see Lesnar.
I don't think anybody was happy to see Lesnar.
Although I suppose we cannot have a farewell tour
without one of his biggest rivals, though.
Brock Lesnar.
So Lesnar comes down, he kind of paces the ring a little, puts his hat down on the commentator table, gets in, hits Cena with an F5, walks away. I'm like, yo.
Well.
What? And then they cut and they go straight into the post show. It's still, Lesnar standing outside. His music's playing. He's about to walk back. Cena then gets his music played as he's leaving the arena, and Cena's like, "No, I want to hear this one last time." Has them turn off his music. He walks back. Next feud, Cena Lesnar. It's gonna be a fun one. Because we haven't seen this feud in a while. We haven't seen Lesnar in a really long time.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how the rest of this farewell tour goes.
We'll certainly see.
We got 4 months left with Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for my childhood to go, man. I'm not.
It's gonna be okay, Brother Pyro.
But alright, that recaps both nights 1 and 2 of SummerSlam weekend. We hope you enjoyed it just as much as we did, if not more. We will catch you. I will catch you with Desario on the first episode of Wrestling Crossroads Land and Sea for Triple Mania. That'll be a fun one because, introduction to our new spin-off series, adding a new show into the wrinkles that is the Wrestling Crossroads brand. I'm excited.
As I can see.
Alright, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. We will talk to you soon. Anything you want to say to the people's Hex?
I'm ready for Monday Night Raw.
Oh, I am too.
Let's go.
Alright, y'all. We are out.
Bye.